Good morning, students. So in this session we're going to see various operators in C, right? So let's start the session. Okay, so I will be starting with the very first operator, and that operator is called as not operator. So what do you mean by not? So remember one thing, guys, that not of true is false and not of false is true. And in C and in C++, false means what? 0, and true means what? 1. So let's suppose if somebody gives you like, what is the value of not of 5? So all positive and all negative numbers are true, only 0 is considered as false, right? So 5 is true, so not of true is false, and false means 0. So not of 5 is nothing but not of 5 is 0. If I write not of minus 5, this minus 5 is also a true value. So true means what? True means what? 1, and not of 1 means 0. So not of true is false and false means 0, and not of false is true and true means 1. So if I write not of 0, and not of 0 is what? Not of 0. 0 is false. So not of false is true, and true means what? 1, right? Similarly, if I write not of 5 greater than 3. So what is the value? See, 5 greater than 3 is true value. 5 obviously is greater than 3. So this is a true statement. If it is true, not of true is what? False. So again this will give you 0, right? Similarly, if I give you not of minus 5. So not of minus 5 is 0 and not of 0 is 1, right? So this is the very first basic operator not. Not of true is false, false means 0, and not of false is true, true means 1, right? Now moving on to the second operator. That operator is your modulus operator. And what modulus gives? Modulus gives remainder. So simple. Modulus gives remainder. But let's suppose if somebody asks you, what is the value of minus 5 modulus minus 2? So what do you guys do? Normally, you do like minus 5 divided by minus 2, minus 2, minus cancel out, and remainder is 1. But this is absolutely wrong. Because modulus gives remainder, and this is not the way to calculate the remainder, right? So it is the property of modulus operator that it always takes the sign of first operand. Modulus operator always takes the sign of first operand. So modulus of minus 5 modulus 2 is not 1, but it is minus 1. Okay, तो हम क्या एक काम करते हैं, हम बिल्कुल फर्स्ट क्लास में जाते हैं, सेकंड क्लास में जाते हैं, हम डिवाइड करते हैं. माइनस 2 को अगर मेरे को डिवाइड करना हो, माइनस 5 को डिवाइड करना हो, माइनस 2, हम डिवाइड क्या करें? तो मैं क्या लिखूंगा? माइनस 2 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 2 कितना हो? माइनस 2. तो यहाँ पे आया प्लस, तो व्हाट इज द रिमाइंडर? रिमाइंडर इज minus 1, not plus 1, right? Similarly, if I write that what is the modulus of 5 minus 5 modulus, that this is the 5 modulus minus 2, right? So what is the sign of the first operand? Here the sign of first operand is positive, therefore the answer is 1, not minus 1. So modulus operator is the property that it always takes the sign of first operand. Second property is that you cannot apply modulus to a floating type value. This is error. Modulus operator can only be applied onto the integers. You cannot apply this to a floating type value. This will give you error, right? Third, now let's suppose if somebody asks you how to find out the modulus of a floating type value. So we have a function in the header file math.h. We have a function called as fmod, which find out the modulus of a floating type value. The syntax is, let's suppose we want to find out 5.2 modulus 2. So write down the syntax and it will give you the modulus of a floating type value 5.2. So far what we have studied in modulus, that modulus gives remainder, right? We cannot apply modulus to a floating type value. Third, modulus always takes the sign of first operand. Fourth is, in order to find out the modulus of a floating type value, we have to use the function fmod, right? Now moving on to the third operator, we have this less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, and comparison operator also. So they all are relational operator, right? We basically compares the value. For example, if I write that m is equal to 5 greater than 2, so what is the value of m? How will you find out the value of m? So by this you can realize that 5 greater than 2 is a true statement. So true statement means what? 1. So this will result in 1, and that 1 is getting assigned to the variable, and therefore the value of m is 1. If I write m is equal to 5 less than 2, this condition is false. False means 0. Therefore, the value of m is 0. If I write m is equal to 5 is equal to 3, again this statement is false because 5 is not equals to 3, right? So again, therefore the value of m is also 0 in this case. Now, if I give something like this, that m is equal to 5 greater than 2 greater than 1. So what is the value? So most of you will say that the answer is 1 because 5 is greater than 2 and 2 is greater than 1, but this is absolutely wrong. So C gives you surprises, a lot of surprises, right? So 5 greater than 2. How will you evaluate this? This condition is true. True means what? 1. So 1 greater than 1. This condition is false. So false means what? 0. Therefore the value of 5 greater than 2 greater than 1 is not 1, but actually it is 0. Right? So this is basically the relational operator. Now let's suppose if I give you simple code, if I write main, if I write a is equal to suppose 3, let's suppose int a is equal to 3. If I write if a is equal to 4, print y, else print s. So you know it's very obvious, like a is equal to 3, so 3 is equal to 4, condition is false. So if condition is false, you will go to the else part and evaluate s. Therefore the answer is s. But what if I write a is equal to 4? What if I write a is equal to 4? See here the value of a is equal to 3 and I am writing a is equal to 4. तो normally होता है कि तुम देखते हो यार a की वैल्यू तो 3 है, फिर a की वैल्यू हो गई 4, तो basically 3 equals to 4 तो हुआ नहीं, तो condition हो गई false और आप else part में आपने s print किया, that is absolutely wrong. See, this is not assignment operator. This is assignment operator. It is not comparison. This is comparison operator. It compares the value. But this is simple assignment. It assigns the value. So if initially a is equal to 3, now you again reassign the value. You have written a is equal to 4. Now the value of a is 4. So this statement is equivalent to what? It is equivalent to if of 4. And all positive, all negative numbers are true. Only 0 is false. So this condition is true. If it is true, then it will result in what? 1. Right? Similarly, let's suppose if I write that int a is equal to 0, and if I write if a equals to 0, printf y, else printf s. So what is the answer now? Some of you will think that a is equal to 0, and here also a is equal to 0, so it means the value is same, therefore it should print y. But this is again absolutely wrong. Again I am telling you, this is assignment operator. It assigns the value. A is equal to 0. So what I am doing, I am writing if a is equal to 0 means this 0 is assigned to this variable a. So this statement is equal to what? If of 0, and if of 0 condition is false. So if it is false, it will go to the else part and the answer is s, not y. Had it been a is equal to 0, now you are comparing the value of a with 0, right? And since the value of a is 0, so 0 equals to 0. Your condition is true. So if this condition is true, so the answer is y, right? So this is the basic difference between comparison operator and the assignment operator. So if somebody asks you what is the difference between comparison and assignment, you give this code and then explain your answer, right? Okay. Moving on to the next operator. Fourth, and this operator and on. These are called as logical and logical or. Very, very important, and you should know how they function, right? And remember one thing, guys, that the priority of AND is higher than OR. The priority of logical AND is higher than OR. So what do you mean by this? If I say that the priority of logical AND is higher than OR. So let's suppose if I write expression 3 into 7, 2 minus 3. So how are you going to evaluate this? Are you going to evaluate 2 minus 3 or you're going to evaluate 3 into 7? So basically you put this in a bracket, right? So you write 2 minus 21. So answer is minus 19. Same goes with and OR operator. Let's suppose if there is an expression which says that A is equal to B or C and D. it means that you're gonna put bracket between C and D, not B or C. So priority doesn't mean that you're gonna evaluate this first and then move back and then evaluate this. Priority simply means where you're gonna put the bracket, right? So you're gonna put the bracket between C and D. So this becomes one expression, this becomes your another expression. So now we're gonna solve few questions on logical and logical OR. So before solving this, I already told you that all positive, all negative values are true. Only 0 is false, right? And what is the property of AND operator? So in AND operator, true and true is true, right? And rest all are false. Rest all means your true and false is false. Your false and true is also false, and your false and false is also false, right? And about OR, what you can say that only false or false is false, rest each and everything is true, which means true or false is also true, false or true is also true, and true or true is true, right? So in OR, if both the statements are false, then you're going to get the result false, otherwise it's true. And in logical and if both these expressions are true, then only you can get a true, rest each and everything is false. This is a very common concept in AND and OR, right? So if I give you something like this, then try to solve what is the value of minus 1000 and 1000. If somebody gives you minus 50,000 and 1, how are you going to solve this? So no need to solve anything, right? So minus 1000, tell me whether this minus 1000 is true or false. Obviously it is true. All positive and all negative numbers are true. So this is true. And even 1000 is also true. So true and true is true, and true means what? 1. So the answer of this expression is 1. Similarly, this minus 50,000 is also true, and this 1 is also true. So true and true is true, and true means what? 1. So answer in both the cases is 1. Similarly, if I write that 0 or minus 5, right? So this 0 is false, but this minus 5 is true. All positive or negative numbers are true, only 0 is false. So false or true is what? True, and true means what? 1. So 0 or minus 5 is 1. But as far as the placement is concerned, the company is gonna screw you. Like, they will ask you a very simple question. They will give you just like this. Let's suppose that the right name. They give you, let suppose int a is equal to 5, and there is a variable b c also. That now if they ask you that c is equal to a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 10, so you guys have to tell the value of a, b, c. What is the value of a, b and c? See, the value of c can be only 0 and 1, because if this expression is true, then the value of c will be 1, but if the expression is false, then the value of c will be 0. So c value, it's very clear, it can be 0 or 1, no other value other than that, right? But what is the value of a? So now you will say that the a is 0, fine, b is 10, and 0 and this is false and this is true. False and true is what? False. Therefore the value of c is 0. Most of the students will say that the answer is 0, 10, 0. But guys, this is absolutely wrong. Here comes the actual concept as far as the programming is concerned of logical AND. So, what is the correct answer? So, correct answer is the value of a is 0. And since you have not assigned any value to b, therefore the value of b is garbage value, and value of c is 0. Had it been, let's suppose if I write some value b is equal to 6, just to make it very clear, so value of b is 6, not 10. So why this is happening, right? So now let me clear the concept first. Now let's suppose we have two expressions, first expression and there is a logical AND in between these first and second expressions. Now let's suppose if my first expression is false, right? If my first expression is false, am I going to evaluate the second expression? See, if first is false, even if you evaluate the second, let's suppose if it is true, what is the entire result? False and true will be false, so it will be 0. Let's suppose if it is true, if it is false, then false and false, again it is false, so false means 0. So your result do not depend upon the second expression if the first is false, because in logical AND दोनों एक्सप्रेशंस को ट्रू होना जरूरी है। अगर एक भी फॉल्स हुआ तो आंसर तुम्हारा फॉल्स ही होना है। लेकिन अगर फर्स्ट फॉल्स हुआ, अगर फर्स्ट ही फॉल्स होता है तो कंपाइलर बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है, कंपाइलर को पता है कि अगर फर्स्ट फॉल्स है, कंपाइलर इज नॉट गोइंग टू इवैल्यूएट द सेकंड एक्सप्रेशन, बिकॉज अगर वो इसको इवैल्यूएट भी करेगा तो या तो ये ट्रू होगा या ये फॉल्स होगा, पर दोनों के केस में आपका रिजल्टेंट क्या आना है, फॉल्स ही आना है, तो जीरो ही आना है। सिमिलरली सेम कंसेप्ट यू कैन अप्लाई हियर, राइट? सी a is equal to 0, this is what, this expression is false because the 0 you are assigning to a, therefore you are changing the value of a, so a becomes 0. But when a becomes 0, this expression becomes false. So if this is false, are you going to evaluate this? No, we are not going to evaluate this, because in logical AND, if my first expression is false, I am not going to evaluate the second expression. Therefore b is equal to 10 remains unevaluated. You have not evaluated this, therefore the value of b is 6 only. And since this entire expression is false, therefore the value of c is 0. Let me give you one more example. Now, let's suppose if I write a is equal to, let's suppose 6, right? Or b is equal to 10. And if I ask you the value of a, b, c, तुम फटाक से बोलोगे सर a की वैल्यू, बिकॉज ये ट्रू है और ट्रू इज ट्रू, देयरफॉर द वैल्यू ऑफ c इज 1. बिल्कुल सही. अब तुम बोलोगे b यहाँ पे 6 था, यहाँ पे मैंने 10 कर दिया, तो b की वैल्यू कितनी होगी 10. a यहाँ पे 5 था, a कर दिया 6, तो हो गया 6. बट दिस इज रॉन्ग, right? So again let me tell you the concept. Let's suppose we have two expressions, first and second, and there is a logical or in between, right? Now let's suppose if first is true, if first is true. Now if first is true, am I going to evaluate the second? No, we are not going to evaluate the second, because मानो यार अगर ये true भी होता है तब भी मेरा एक्सप्रेशन ट्रू होगा तो रिजल्ट क्या आएगा 1, और अगर ये फॉल्स भी होता है तब भी मेरा एक्सप्रेशन क्या होगा ट्रू, तब भी रिजल्ट आएगा 1. तो दोनों के केस में अगर मेरा फर्स्ट एक्सप्रेशन ट्रू है, इन केस ऑफ लॉजिकल और, कंपाइलर विल नॉट इवैल्यूएट द सेकंड एक्सप्रेशन बिकॉज़ मेरा आंसर ट्रू ही आना है. अगर ये फॉल्स होता तो मेरा आंसर किस पे डिपेंड करता? मान लो ये एक्सप्रेशन फॉल्स है. नाउ टेल मी, अब अगर ये ट्रू है तो आंसर आएगा ट्रू, और अगर ये फॉल्स है तो आंसर आएगा फॉल्स. ट्रू मींस व्हाट 1, फॉल्स मींस व्हाट 0. But if my first expression is true, compiler not going to evaluate the second expression. So remember guys, so in case of logical AND, if first is false, then we are not going to evaluate the second. And in case of logical OR, if first is true, then also we are going to evaluate the second expression. So in this I am writing a is equal to 6. So the 6 is getting assigned to your a. So this statement becomes a true statement. So if it is true, there is a logical OR. So if it is true, compiler will not evaluate this, because अगर ये true भी होगा तो आंसर तब भी 1 ही आना है, अगर ये false होगा तब भी आंसर 1 ही आना है. तो compiler इसको evaluate ही नहीं करता, तो b evaluate ही नहीं हुआ. b की वैल्यू क्या है 6, तो b रहा 6 ही रहा. ये 6 मैंने a को असाइन कर दिया, a की वैल्यू हुई 6, और ये पूरा एक्सप्रेशन ट्रू है, तो आपका c का वैल्यू कितनी आ गई 1, right? Now let me give you one more example so that you find out about logical OR and is clear. Now if I write main, if I write a is equal to -1, b is equal to 2, c is equal to 0, d is equal to 5, and e. And if I write e is equal to a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 5 and c is equal to 10 or d is equal to 6. Right, let's suppose if I give something like this. So, and if I ask you what is the value of a, b, c, d and e, how you gonna solve this? तो सबसे पहला काम तुम्हें क्या करना है? सबसे पहला काम you have to put the brackets. अब brackets कहाँ पे लगाओगे? तुम क्या bracket c and d पे लगाओगे या bracket b and c पे लगाओगे? सी मैंने तुम्हें बताया था एंड और OR में प्रेफरेंस किसकी ज़्यादा होती है और क्या होती है, तो तुम ब्रैकेट लगा दो यहाँ पे, ठीक है, और एक ब्रैकेट लग गया यहाँ, ठीक. अब हम इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. सी हाउ यू गोना इवैल्यूएट दिस. आई एम सेइंग दैट a is equal to 0, right? So if a is equal to 0, so this value, this I am evaluating, so I am marking a tick here, I am evaluating this, so this 0 is getting assigned to a, therefore the value of a is 0. Now since this expression is false, right? So if this is false, am I going to evaluate b is equal to 5? No, I am not going to evaluate this, because in case of logical and if my first expression is false, I am not going to evaluate the second expression in case of logical and. So this remains unevaluated. तो b की वैल्यू वही रही जो b की वैल्यू ऊपर है. b की वैल्यू कितनी है 2, तो b की वैल्यू रही 2. अब मेरे को बताओ यार false and कुछ भी क्या होता है, false ही होता है. ठीक है, तो false का मतलब क्या हो गया 0. तो अगर ये 0 है, आगे and लगा हुआ है और तुमने लिखा c is equal to 10, क्या मैं c is equal to 10 को इवैल्यूएट करूंगा? बिल्कुल नहीं करूंगा, बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ लॉजिकल एंड अगर मेरा फर्स्ट फॉल्स होता है तो मैं सेकंड को इवैल्यूएट नहीं करता, तो मैं इसको भी इवैल्यूएट नहीं करूंगा. c की वैल्यू ऊपर क्या थी 0, तो c की वैल्यू कितनी होगी 0. अब ये पूरा का पूरा एक्सप्रेशन मेरा फॉल्स है और आगे लगा हुआ है लॉजिकल और जिसकी वैल्यू है d is equal to 6. अब मेरे को बताओ क्या मैं d is equal to 6 को इवैल्यूएट करूंगा और यहाँ पे लॉजिक करूंगा? बिल्कुल करूंगा, बिकॉज मेरा रिजल्ट किस पे डिपेंड करता है, और लगा हुआ है. अगर मेरा फर्स्ट फॉल्स है, अगर ये ट्रू हुआ तो मेरा आंसर 1 आएगा और अगर ये फॉल्स हुआ तो मेरा आंसर 0 आएगा. इसका मतलब है अगर लॉजिकल और लगा हुआ है और अगर फर्स्ट फॉल्स है तो मेरा आंसर डिपेंड कर रहा है सेकंड स्टेटमेंट पे. अगर ये ट्रू हुआ तो मेरा आंसर 1 आएगा, अगर ये फॉल्स हो तो मेरा आंसर 0 आएगा. So in case of logical or if first is false then we are going to evaluate the second. और ये है true. false और true क्या होता है? true. तो true मतलब क्या होता है 1, तो e की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई 1 और क्योंकि ये भी इवैल्यूएट हुआ है तो d की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई 6. राइट गाइस? ओके, नाउ मूविंग फर्दर we have operators increment and decrement. Right, we have operators increment and decrement. Again, very important. Students get so much confused in these. So if this operator is before the variable, it becomes a pre-increment because you are incrementing the value. And if this operator is after the variable, it becomes post-increment. Similarly, minus minus a, if I am writing, it is pre-decrement because I am decrementing the value, and if it is after the variable, it is post-decrement. Right? Plus plus a plus plus, minus minus a minus minus. So now you should ask yourself, what is the difference between post and pre? This is very important. But before this, let me tell you guys that even if it is plus plus a or it is a plus plus, both are equivalent to a is equal to a plus 1. You are incrementing the value by 1. Similarly, a minus minus or minus minus a, both are basically equivalent to a is equal to a minus 1. You are decrementing the value by 1. So now let me tell you where the actual difference lies between post and pre. So let me write a very simple example. If I am writing main, I am taking a variable int a is equal to 5 and one more variable x and 1. Let's suppose if I write x is equal to plus plus a, right? And if I write y is equal to a plus plus, and I am printing the value of x, y and a. So what should be the value of x, y and a? So see guys, here the value of a is 5. So when you write x is equal to plus plus a, this is pre-increment. Pre-increment क्या करता है? वैल्यू को पहले ही इंक्रीमेंट कर देता है. वैल्यू को पहले ही इंक्रीमेंट कर देता है. तो a की वैल्यू कितनी है 5. तो जब आपने प्लस प्लस a किया, प्लस प्लस a इज व्हाट? a इज इक्वल टू a प्लस 1. सिमिलरली a प्लस प्लस b, a इज इक्वल टू a प्लस 1 ही होता है. तो जब a इक्वल्स टू 5 तुमने किया प्लस प्लस a, तो a की वैल्यू 5 थी, आपने पहले ही इंक्रीमेंट करी, तो a की वैल्यू यहाँ पे कितनी होगी 6. और वो 6 आपने किसको असाइन कर दिया? x को असाइन कर दिया. x की वैल्यू कितनी होगी 6, बिकॉज आगे कहीं और x है नहीं. x सिर्फ प्रिंटफ में तुम डायरेक्ट आंसर लिख सकते हो. x की वैल्यू आ गई 6. नाउ तुम यहाँ पे है y इज इक्वल टू a प्लस 1. अब मेरे को ये बताओ, ये प्री है या पोस्ट है? ये है पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट. तो पोस्ट का मतलब होता है कि आपको बाद में वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट करनी है. यहाँ पे वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट नहीं करनी. यहाँ पे a की वैल्यू कितनी है 6. तो अभी y की वैल्यू है, इफ यू राइट y इज इक्वल टू a प्लस प्लस, इट मींस y इज ओनली इक्वल्स टू a, और उसके बाद में तुम्हारे प्रोग्राम में कहीं पे भी a आएगा, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट वो इंक्रीज होके अगली वाली वैल्यू देगा. फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे a की वैल्यू 6 है बिकॉज आपने पहले ही इंक्रीमेंट कर दिया. अब y इक्वल्स टू a प्लस प्लस अभी पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट, तो यहाँ पे वैल्यू 7 नहीं होगी, दोबारा प्रोग्राम में जैसे ही कहीं पे दोबारा a आएगा वहां पे वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट होके 7 होगी, पर यहाँ पे वैल्यू कितनी है अभी 6 ही है, और ये 6 मैंने किसको असाइन कर दिया y को, तो y की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई 6। बट सी बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंट, जैसे ही मेरा वेरिएबल दोबारा मेरे प्रोग्राम में कहीं पे भी आया, जैसे a आया यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे 6 प्लस प्लस था, तो दोबारा जैसे ही वेरिएबल a आया यहाँ पे वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट हो गई, कितनी हो गई 7। सो दिस यू मीन बाय प्री एंड पोस्ट, कि प्री में मैं वैल्यू को पहले ही इंक्रीज करता हूँ और पोस्ट में वैल्यू को बाद में इंक्रीज करता हूँ। अब मान लो यहाँ पे a प्लस प्लस ना होके अगर यहाँ पे प्लस प्लस a होता और a यहाँ पे इंक्रीमेंट हो गया, कितना हो चुका है 6, यहाँ पे मैंने पहले इंक्रीमेंट कर दिया, a की वैल्यू कितनी हो गई 7 हो गई, और ये 7 किसकी वैल्यू हो जाती, y की वैल्यू होती 7, लेकिन तुम प्रिंट में जब आते a में तब भी y की वैल्यू कितनी रहती 7 ही रहती, बिकॉज तुम यहाँ पे इंक्रीमेंट कर चुके। तो पोस्ट और प्री में डिफरेंस प्रिंटफ में नहीं आता, आपको ये पता है, मैंने आपको बताया था कि जब प्लस प्लस a हो या a प्लस प्लस हो, बोथ आर इक्वल टू व्हाट, a इज इक्वल टू a प्लस, तो वैल्यू तो इंक्रीमेंट होनी ही होनी, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे 5 है, तुम चेक करो a कितनी बार इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है, a एक बार यहाँ पे इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, a एक बार यहाँ पे इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, तो 2 बार इंक्रीमेंट हुआ है, तो 5 प्लस 2 7 आएगा a, ठीक है। अब डिफरेंस कहाँ पे आता है, व्हेन यू ट्राई टू असाइन द प्री इंक्रीमेंटेड वैल्यू और पोस्ट इंक्रीमेंटेड वैल्यू टू अ वेरिएबल, उस वेरिएबल पे डिफरेंस आएगा। तुम खुद देखो यार, जब यहाँ पे a प्लस प्लस था तो y की वैल्यू कितनी है 6 है, और जब यहाँ पे प्लस प्लस a हुआ तो y की वैल्यू कितनी है 7, पर a की वैल्यू दोनों केसेस में सेम है, तो प्रिंटर में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता अगर आपका पोस्ट है प्री, फर्क पड़ता है जब आप एक पोस्ट और प्री किसी वेरिएबल को असाइन करते हो, उस वेरिएबल पर डिफरेंस आता है, ना कि प्लस प्लस a या प्लस प्लस b या a प्लस प्लस, ठीक है। Right guys, thank you so much, take care, keep smiling, bye.